Y'all, they saying Diddy going through it. They're saying Diddy's deep in withdrawal, and they're saying Diddy is battling his own demons right now. And all I gotta say is, I have to laugh. Y'all, listen, there are some really serious reports coming out. For some, happy; for some, serious for others. People are saying that Diddy is deep in withdrawal. They're saying he is going through it. They're saying this withdrawal is going to mess with his mental. We have details of the various stages that sources are saying he should be going through, and he is going through right now. On top of that, okay? On top of that, they're saying that they're going to use all this information to make a play in less than a week to say that he needs to be removed from that facility and go to a hospital or someplace that is like more open and more lenient, because they have him in one of the worst detention centers in the US. His lawyer during the bail hearing, if you want to know what happened in the bail hearing, the second one that he was denied, I did an amazing live that's an hour and a half. If you don't want to watch that hour and a half, I did a quick 10-minute video that summarizes everything. Watch that after this. But they are saying that Diddy's lawyer is going to make a play. Once his withdrawal symptoms kick into about a week, we're going to walk you through that, to say that it's messing with his mental. And he is in this facility when in the last week alone, 4 people have been stabbed. Yeah, it's a lot. You guys, let's get into this, because let me tell you something. I don't think that Diddy will stop at anything. And I do mean anything. I don't think Diddy will stop at anything to beat the fate and the karma that he has created. Okay, what are they saying that Diddy's going through? So speak of the devil, as I was editing this video, Diddy's lawyer actually made a statement. You guys, keep this in mind. You're about to hear it as you listen to this video, because the walk back and the talk back and the fight to get him out of to get him out of the current place, which is hell on earth, into Essex, is already underway. Listen to this and then listen to the rest of the video, because it gets good.
So we made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and, I believe, inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit in the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable, nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial, and I'm going to be pushing for that. He's ready, he's focused. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective. I obviously would much prefer to fight this case with him out of jail, and we are going to try to bring that about through additional legal process. But wherever he is, his resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer. I'm not really going to take any questions, but at this point, we are moving forward. We're preparing for trial as we speak, and we are considering our next steps and appealing the court's ruling from today. All right. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. Essex County, New Jersey. It's a county facility, but it has a contract with the federal government, and you can get a certain number of federal inmates in Essex County, New Jersey. And in my experience, it's an easier place to deal with. I think it's better for the person being housed there, and it's easier to get access, to him. I mean, one of the hardest things when you're preparing for a very significant trial with a great deal of discovery is you want your client to be able to have access to, the electronic discovery. Nothing nowadays is in paper form. Everything's electronic. So you need to make sure that your client has access to a computer and that it can look at the discovery, that comes in. So that was my idea. All right. I'm going to go. Thank you.
If you guys don't know, The feds, when they arrested Diddy, Homeland Security investigations, when they arrested Diddy, they found a large pink bag of, it wasn't Ziploc, but a large pink bag of Tucci. If you don't know what Tucci is what Little Rod said that Diddy is his thing of choice. Little Rod was actually there. They said it was his thing of choice, and he was in charge of getting it. Young Miami bought him some. It was all this stuff, and Brendan was his mule. Now, Diddy said that was all cap, but when the feds came for him, they found a bag. I believe the rumors that he might be on something, because why would you even have rugs around you when you are being watched, surveilled, and investigated in a grand jury investigation? You either arrogant, stupid, or both. But, okay, they are saying that Diddy's lawyer even said in the bond, well, actually, this is true, in the bond hearing, that Diddy is going to seek treatment for his rug problems and also for his anger issues. Treatment and therapy were the words. People are saying the treatment is for Tusi. That is a pink powder rug associated with a mixture of blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know, and you should not be taking it, but just know if anybody offers you anything looking like Pepto-Bismol, just say no. And also edible gummies laced with Coca-Cola, and it can lead, you don't need to be knowing that either, and it can lead to significant withdrawal symptoms depending on the frequency, duration, and individual health factors. People are saying Diddy has been taking this for years. If you read the lawsuits, even Cassie said that he was doing stuff. Jonathan Adi, again, Diddy, I'm sure it's going to say this is all lies, but he's on something, because even his lawyer admitted that in the bail hearing, unless his lawyer was lying on him. They're saying that he is in the midst of the detox cycle, and withdrawal symptoms most likely look like this. Early withdrawal, which is the stage he's in, 24 to 72 hours. He is experiencing fatigue and exhaustion. A sudden cessation may lead, stopping may lead to intense fatigue due to the overstimulation of the central nervous system by substances like coca and Tusi. Cravings. They're saying right now Diddy is having strong cravings. And again, fatigue and exhaustion, maybe he in the right place. He don't got nothing to do but sleep. However, he is complaining that at the lockup center he's in, he has 6 a.m. wake ups, and they make him do chores like mopping floors and cleaning and all this stuff. Who would have thought he's having the government is having a making of the band of their own, and they are playing the role of Diddy. Strong cravings for rugs as the brain seeks to regain the dopamine surges caused by use. Now, there are rumors that there's always rugs all the time in lockup and detention centers. The only thing is, Diddy right now is in isolation, solitary confinement, so he can't even get a hookup from anybody. That's too bad, too bad. They're also saying mood swings, irritability, agitation, and possibly even depression and anxiety. Baby, he would have all those feelings naturally given where he is, but he's going through it. They're saying he's having sleep disturbances, difficulty sleeping, insomnia, and periods of hypersomnia, excessive sleeping. Also, they're saying he could be experiencing the physical symptoms of headaches, muscle pain, increased appetite, and possible flu-like symptoms. Also, now they're saying he's going to move into a stage of peak withdrawal, 3 to 7 days, depression. All right. They're saying because of his use of, if he's using coca with the gummies and the Tusi, it depletes dopamine and serotonin in the brain, leading to severe feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and low energy, anxiety and restlessness, high levels of anxiety and nervousness, including panic attacks, and in some cases, cognitive impairment, difficulty concentrating, confusion and slow thinking, body aches like muscle pain and stiffness due to tension and stress on the body during use. And this is a point where it's an increased risk of relapse, but he shouldn't have access to anything, so he don't have to worry about that. The later withdrawal, 1 to 4 weeks, mood swings and depression, lingering emotional instability, and prolonged depression episodes will persist or can persist for weeks. They're saying he's going to experience mental fatigue. Cognitive function may improve gradually, but a sense of mental tiredness will continue. And he's going to feel continued muscle aches, fatigue, and general physical weakness. Now get this. post-acute withdrawal symptoms, it's going to be 1 to 6 months or longer. He's going to feel emotionally unstable. Anxiety, depression, irritability, and mood swings can last for several months after stopping. Cognitive deficits, slower reaction times, memory issues, and challenges with concentration may persist, and also sleep irregularities. Problems with sleep can continue for longer. I don't know I care about that. Now, he also faces risk of heart issues, right? It can affect cardiovascular system, and withdrawal may be accompanied by fluctuations in blood pressure and heart rate. Severe depression. People withdrawing from that experience thoughts of deletion and behaviors due to severe depression, and also seizures or psychosis. High doses or prolonged use may increase the risk of seizures or temporary psychosis during withdrawal. Now, why is this important? Because I know some of y'all are thinking, okay, but that's just what Diddy gets. It is tremendously important because you guys, at the end of the day, you gotta realize and you gotta also think at the end of the day. See, here's the thing. Diddy's lawyer is still angling to get him out. They're going to do the Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein thing, coming on for like doing 3 blind mice, coming in there saying he's feeling symptoms of this, he's feeling symptoms like that. He's going to try to fake a heart attack, try to fake like, I can't do this anymore. And they're going to try to see if they can rush him to the hospital and say, Your Honor, can we get him in something better? Can we get him in Essex facilities? Because those are the better detainment facilities in the New York area. Why would they go through all that to do? Well, hopefully they're saying that they're going to try to act like he's so sick and frail because of everything he's going to, that they want to take him home to the house, and he'll pay to turn his house into his own Alcatraz with 24-hour security and this and that and the third. Now, why at the very least does he want to get out of MDC, I believe? I think that's Midtown Department of Corrections facility, is because they are saying that it's one of the worst and one of the most dangerous prisons in New York City. They describe it as a daily beast, and a bunch of other places said inside the hellhole New York City prison that will house Diddy until his next trafficking trial. They said, MDC holds around, let me just tell you a little bit about it. It holds around 1,600 inmates, all but a few awaiting trial. It's been New York City's primary federal detention center since 2001, when the Bureau of Prisons shuttered Manhattan's Metropolitan Correctional Center, where Jeffrey Epstein passed away, over the appalling conditions inside. Its sister across the East River is a similarly notorious facility plagued by chronic understaffing, constant lockdowns, outbreaks of violence, delayed access to medical care, and a rash of self-deletions and deletions. Diddy's lawyer acknowledged as much in a motion for bail filed on Tuesday and the appeal on Wednesday, noting that several courts in the district have recognized that the conditions of the Metro Detention Center are not fit for pretrial detention. Now get this. This is what Diddy's running away from. I say maybe he deserves it. That sounds so bad to say, but couldn't happen to a worse person. Anyway, on June 7th, they're saying that a man named Ariel White, who'd been awaiting a trial on just bang charges for more than 2 years. Oh, that's so sad. Was to death. Yes, I'm walking around these monetization rules. Was to death inside MDC. Just over a month later, a second man, Edwin Cordero, died after being injured in a fight. They said an inmate spoke out. His name is Eli, said, it's very violent. There's stabbings. There's at least a couple of times a week. The lawyers have called the senseless and completely preventable, all of them, adding that the jail was hell on earth. Diddy's lawyers, Mark Agnifilio and Tenny R. Garagos, went in on their filing to cite a number of recent legal cases in which the conditions at the MDC were variously described as dreadful, long-standing, dirty, inhumane, and an ongoing tragedy. So a basic day of bad boy records. In early August, Judge Gary Brown referenced this place that Diddy's being held, MDC, as dangerous, barbaric conditions and threatening to vacate an elderly man's 9-month sentence should he be sent to MDC. Three other judges have refused to order defendants to MDC in recent years for the same reason. It's fine. Diddy, young and happy. I'm sorry, not happy. Diddy is young and healthy, and he swear he got hands if you listen to the women he date. So let us see how he does over there. Over the weekend, the New York Daily News reported that MDC had stopped accepting inmates serving out their sentences with no formal explanation. But, right, people are saying it's because it's that bad. They don't want the liability. So I guess Diddy is being sent to the real life version of Oz. In January 2019, MDC was vaulted into the national spotlight after a week-long blackout left inmates stranded and shivering in single-digit temperatures. A class action lawsuit over the outage was settled for roughly $10 million last year, but conditions have deteriorated since then because of, COVID. They said that place has a complete and utter inability to do anything meaningful about the situation, and they think that it's run by morons. Okay, yeah, get this. Last thing, do you know how bad it is? Ja'Say Maxwell bellyached loudly, repeatedly about her time at MDC. She complained the correctional officers were abusing her, holding her in de facto solitary confinement. Well, Diddy, you're in real solitary confinement. Keeping her up with their flashlights and subjecting her to constant humiliating searches. Her lawyer said that she was underfed, losing hair, and living among cockroaches and rodents. Kizzy. That's so sad. Jeffrey Epstein had you living good. Anyway, you guys, listen. Diddy's lawyers are going to use his withdrawal and these symptoms to try to make a play, to make it seem like it's this is what the streets are saying, to make it seem like it's a medical emergency, or at the very least to try to get him moved to Essex Detention Center, which is someplace way better and nicer. MDC is the worst. You would not want anyone you care about there. But then again, do we care about Diddy? And I know it sounds mean, but come on. Diddy made lots of people's lives hell on earth. It seems fitting that he might experience some. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Talk to y'all later. Bye.